So before we start, I would like to call the panelists here. The good thing is I know most of them. So I have Karim Chata. I saw him in the morning. If you could take the stage, he's the CEO of Hack IT. He prefers to call himself an ethical hacker, whatever that means. Welcome. Perhaps you will tell us. And then I would like to call my president for ISACA, that's Mr. Peter Baziwe. He was introduced in the previous session. In the fraternity of ISACA, we call him the veteran in the cybersecurity space. So I think in the few minutes or hours, or 1 or 2 hours to come, we'll be able to hear from him as well. Then we have Mr. Jason Yi. I hope I pronounced that right. He's the board director for Huawei Tanzania. When we talk about the buzzword, the AI and cybersecurity. So Karim, if you could take us through what you wanted to talk about in a few minutes.
Thank you for the opportunity. So hi everybody, my name is Karim. I'm a cybersecurity expert here in Tanzania, where I run my own startup called Hackett Consultancy, which is a fully fledged cybersecurity company. My presentation was mostly about AI and cybersecurity. So when you talk about, we know AI generally has helped in the transformation of the human civilization and advancement of it. Now, whenever we talk about technological advancement, most of us tend to forget about the other side of technology itself, which is the negative side. So now that's where cybersecurity comes in. So the purpose of the presentation was to look on both perspectives. So number one, for the defenders, as here my brother veteran, that's where he comes from. And then on the other side is where from the perspective of the attackers. We were supposed to look at how cybercriminals use them so that we can understand in that perspective, and then later on we look at how we can use that to defend ourselves from different types of attacks. So generally, if we look at the way cybercriminals use AI, because they are also people, so whenever any technological advancement comes out, they also try to use it and learn it, how it works, and how they can use it to their advantage. So for the cyber criminals, number one, they use AI to conduct phishing. So the good example will be ChatGPT. So we all know that previously we used to tell people, whenever you're looking at phishing links, you look at grammatical errors and things like that. But nowadays, phishing attacks have become more advanced. It's even harder to detect the grammar error on the text itself, and that's because of the help of ChatGPT. So what they can do is, hey ChatGPT, can you please write for me an email that appears from Microsoft support that is instructing somebody to change their password. ChatGPT is going to do that, and then they're going to use that information to conduct malicious activities, which is phishing. Secondly, cybercriminals use AI to generate next-generation malware. We all generate different types of code. So one of the methods that they use is they ask ChatGPT to create, let's say, a program that can extract pieces of credentials, hashes from your computer, and then use it to crack your passwords. So that's another perspective. And then now let's look at the perspective of the defenders. So for the defenders, mostly they use AI to look for signs of attacks on their network. So that's mostly used by Darknet. So that's a company where they use AI to help organization to detect phishing attacks on the network, to detect any anomalies on the account, because the way people will use the network is totally through on a pattern perspective. So AI could help in detect any changes in patterns from different accounts, and also block that account from doing any further damage. So basically it's intrusion detection and prevention. So that's mostly how the defenders might use AI in that light. So that's just a nutshell. But hopefully tomorrow we are going to dive into my presentation, and then we can have further discussion on that. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. That's from the veteran, Peter. So from our youngest, because it's from the veteran now, to the youngest, the ethical hacker. 1 minute, please.
Yes, I'll try my level best. So I think what I'm going to do right now is be on the side of defending my brother, Mr. Steven there. So I think there's so much that the government can do. And up to date, the government has done a lot in order to help us stay safe from cyber criminals, cyber threats, etc. They've introduced Data Protection Act, they've introduced Cyber Crime Act, etc. So there's so much that they've done. And as in Swahili they say, let me just put it in English, you can take the donkey to the lake, but you cannot force it to drink water. So I think the best question that it should have been asked is, what can we do to stay safe from those such type of attacks? So I think that's the most important thing. And that starts from taking security seriously at a personal level. And that includes staying up to date on what's going on, following the awareness sessions that my brother, Mr. Steve, also I myself are doing. And what I'm going to try to urge all of you is, I know majority of you have smartphones right now, so let's do a small activity. Please remove your smartphone and then get to Google and search Karim Mchata, K-H-A-R-I-M M-C-H-A-T-T-A. You'll get my LinkedIn, you'll get my YouTube channel, you'll get my Instagram, whatever platform you want to go for, you'll get me there. Even X, which is called previously Twitter. Even X, you can get me there. I post a lot of awareness sessions and different information about cyber threats, cyber attacks, etc. So as in the information security space, what we say, the weakest link to information security is usually the people. So don't be the weakest link. So that will be the first step towards creating a cyber-safe community and country at large. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, my participants. Thank you very much, my panelists. And I think we have had, I don't know who had put together the panelists, but we have talked about security, we've talked about privacy, reliability, and transparency.